Have you ever lost something you're certain was right under your nose? Meet Marcia, a diligent worker with a keen eye for detail. She's in a bit of a pickle. A report she's certain she finished seems to have vanished into thin air. As she searches high and low, her colleague Ben saunters over. With a smug grin, he suggests that perhaps Marcia misplaced the report. After all, he says, she can be a bit forgetful. Marcia's frustration bubbles over as she insists she remembers exactly where she left the report. But Ben, ever the jesting joker, dismisses her worries. He teases her about missing the deadline and causing a fuss over nothing. Doubt begins to creep into Marcia's mind. Maybe she did forget. She decides to check her computer again, but something doesn't quite sit right. Perhaps Marcia did forget, or perhaps there's more to this story. Ever felt like someone is playing mind games with you? Imagine being Marcia, an efficient office worker, now lost in a labyrinth of confusion. She shares her concerns with her friend Sarah. Marcia's words tumble out. "I know I wrote that report, but now everyone seems to think I imagined it." Sarah listens with a furrowed brow. Her concern is palpable. "Have you talked to Ben about it?" she asks. Marcia's frustration is clear. "He just laughs it off, says I'm being forgetful again. It's like he's trying to make me doubt myself." Sarah's eyes widen with realization. "Marcia, that sounds like gaslighting. He's deliberately manipulating your perception to gain control." She continues, "Maybe he wants to take credit for your work, or maybe he just enjoys seeing you flustered. Whatever the reason, it's not healthy." Gaslighting, a form of manipulation that seeks to sow seeds of doubt. Could Ben really be guilty of such a thing? Ever felt the need to stand up against someone who's trying to manipulate you? Picture this. Marcia, armed with undeniable evidence, decides it's time to confront Ben. She unravels the report from the printer, the timestamp bearing Ben's name glaring back at her. "Ben," she begins, "I found the report. It was in the printer queue with your timestamp on it." Ben stammers, flustered, but Marcia doesn't back down. "It was finished, Ben, and I know you saw it on my desk. You're trying to make me think I'm crazy." Ben scoffs, attempting to dismiss her accusations. "Don't be ridiculous, Marcia. I'm just trying to help." But Marcia's had enough. "No, you're trying to control me. This stops now. I'm not going to let you manipulate me anymore." Marcia has found her voice. But what will be the repercussions of her confrontation? Ever wondered how to deal with a manipulator in a professional setting? Well, Marcia decided to take her stand. She walked into her supervisor's office, her heart pounding but her resolve unshaken. She calmly laid out the evidence of Ben's manipulation. The missing report, the misplaced blame, the gaslighting. She detailed how this behavior had affected her, causing self-doubt and stress. She didn't shy away from the truth, no matter how uncomfortable. The supervisor listened attentively, taking in every word. He expressed concern and promised to address the situation promptly. This was a big step for Marcia, confronting a manipulator and standing up for herself. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's necessary to maintain a healthy working environment. And Marcia has done just that. Marcia has taken a stand, but will her actions bring about change? Only time will tell. Ever wondered what happens after you confront a manipulator? Well, let's take a look at Marcia. After standing up for herself, she found a wave of support from her colleagues. They rallied around her, providing a safety net of camaraderie and understanding. This newfound support system gave her a boost of confidence, a spark that rekindled her self-assurance. As days turned into weeks, Marcia regained her footing. She wasn't just surviving in her job, she was excelling. The manipulative fog that had once clouded her judgment was now lifted. She was no longer the victim of gaslighting, but a survivor, a beacon of resilience. This is the aftermath of confronting manipulation. It's not just about the confrontation, but the transformation that follows. The journey from victim to victor. The reclaiming of one's sense of self. Remember, gaslighting can happen to anyone, anywhere. But by recognizing the signs and seeking support, you can break free from its grip and reclaim your sense of self.